Hello friends, this is Node Chat Application with MongoDB tutorial series. And in this video tutorial, we will learn how to submit register form data by using Vanilla JavaScript. In previous part, we have make new user registration form under this Node Chat application. Now in this part, we will submit registration form data by using JavaScript Fetch API. So we have goes to index.html file, and under this file, we have goes to JavaScript code part. And here, we have create one register form element variable is equal to document.getElement by ID method, and under this method, we have to write form ID register. So here, we have store register form element property under this register form element variable. After this, we have to write register form element variable dot add event listener method with two parameter. In first parameter, we have to write submit event, and in second parameter, we have to write asynchronous callback function with event parameter. So when we have submit form, then this code will execute. Under this function, we have to write event.prevent default method. So this function will stop to reload web page while form submitting. After this, we have to create one form data variable is equal to new form data object. And under this, we have to write this, so it will store form data in key and value format under this form data variable. Now we want to make post request with the form data object, so here we have to write constant response variable is equal to await fetch method with two parameter. In first parameter, we have to write /register, and second parameter, we have to define different option. So in first option, we have to write method as key, and value, we have to write post, so it will use post method. In second option, we have to write body as key, and in value, we have to write form data variable. So it will send form data, will be sent to /register routes. After this, we want to pass server response in JSON, so for this, here we have to write constant data variable is equal to await response to JSON, so it will pass server response in JSON string format. After this, we want to check there is any validation errors occurs or not. So for this, here we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write data.errors. So if this condition true, that means there is any validation errors has been occurs, and it will execute if block of code. Under this block, we want to handle validation errors, so here we have to write validation error variable is equal to data.errors, so here we have store errors under this local variable. Next we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write validation error variable.length value is greater than 0, if this condition true, that means validation errors have been occurred. Now we want to convert validation error into HTML format, so here we have to write HTML variable is equal to division tag, with class is equal to alert and alert danger class. After this, for fetch validation error, from validation errors variable, so here we have to write for loop, and under condition, we have to write count variable value is equal to 0. Count variable value is less than the value of validation error dot length, and count variable value is increment by 1. Under this loop, we have to write HTML variable, and under this variable, we have to append code like validation error variable with count index, and after this, we have append br tag. So this code will fetch validation error from this variable, and convert into HTML format, and store under this variable. Now here, we have create one register error element variable is equal to document.getElementById method. And under this, we have to write span tag id register error. Now for display validation error, here we have to write register error variable dot inner HTML property is equal to HTML. So this code will display validation error on web page. But suppose there is no any validation error has been occur, then it will execute else block of code. And under this block, we want to display success message, so here we have to write register error variable dot inner HTML property is equal to division tag with class is equal to alert and alert success class. And between this tag, we have to write data.message, so it will display success message on web page. And after this, we want to reset register form value, so here we have to write register form element variable dot reset method, so it will reset register form value. So here, our JavaScript code is ready for submit form data, and now we have goes to server.js file. And here, we have create routes for handle register form data, so here, we have to write app.post method with two parameter. In first parameter, we have to write /register, and in second parameter, we have to write asynchronous callback function with request and response variable. Under this routes, we have to write try and catch block for handle error. Under this try block, we want to send success response to client, so here we have to write response.status method with 200 status code. And after this, we have to write JSON method with message as key, and in value, we have to write success message like registration completed, so this success message will be displayed to client. And after this, we have goes to catch block of code, and here we have to send error response to client. So here, we have to write response.status method with 500 status code. And after this, we have to write JSON method with errors as key, and in error message, we have to write internal server error, so this error message will be displayed to client. So here our code is ready. Now for check output in the browser, we have goes to terminal window. And here, we have to run node server.js command, which will start node development server. Now here in the browser, we have opened Node Chat Application on web page, and here we can see that new user register form has been displayed, and now we want to check that by using JavaScript Fetch API. This register form data has been submitted or not, so we have directly click on register button. And after click on button, so here we can see that success message response has been received from server, which we can see here, and if there is any validation error has been occur, then it will display validation error. So in this part, we have seen how to submit new user register form has been submitted by using Vanilla JavaScript. In next part, we will make one middleware for upload user profile image, so we will be meet in next part.